It's the big reveal time, the moment you've all been waiting for. Some of you have been waiting for.
A few of you maybe. We've been waiting for. We're excited about it.
We're done with part 2 of our renovation, and we're about to reveal that coming up. Before we show you guys this, we want to give a big thank you to our family for helping us design and build and work on this project and be patient with us over the past couple of weeks while we've been doing this.
Along with thanking our family, we would also like to thank our friends. If you full-time travel, you know that it can get a little lonely out there sometimes. It's just the nature of the beast. We're members of a couple different groups on Facebook, and one of them specifically for our camper. And we found lots of inspiration on there, lots of inspiration on YouTube and Instagram. One person in particular helped us out a ton. Poor girl, I reached out to her I don't know how many times over the last couple weeks, and she's amazing. I'm actually gonna drop her Instagram handle down below if you wanna check her out. But we're very, very thankful to the community for helping us through all this as well. We love that. It's our extended family while we're on the road. Anyway, I'll stop talking.
Now that we're done thanking everybody, that we're gonna take you inside and show you guys what we did.
Move that camper!
No, stop saying it. It's not gonna happen.
You ready?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, but really. Ta-da!
Here you go. Here's the big reveal.
We now have a couch and we have a desk area. Alright, if you guys didn't know, we tore out our dinette and recliners. So we took all that out. There's a video on that if you're curious about how to do it. And this is what we have now.
When we started this project, we wanted something that worked a little better for us creatively. We wanted a couch again. We wanted a desk. We wanted this to feel a little more like home for us, which is why we set out and decided to do this project to begin with.
So a lot of time was spent just sketching up ideas, trying to figure out what that area was gonna look like. Like I said before, we got a lot of help from our Facebook groups, from Instagram, from YouTube. We're not remodelers, we are not interior decorators.
No.
But the structural ideas really helped us out a lot. Once we took out the dinette and recliners, it was really helpful to just see what space we were working with and how big we wanted different parts of this to be. We talked about maybe making our own drawers. We are not carpenters. Again, that's where my family comes into key. My brother and my dad are really good with that sort of stuff. So we finally picked drawers off of Amazon, and we'll drop the link to those below here, but we got 2 sets of drawers from Amazon, put together pretty nicely.
So ideally for this project you want a harder wood if you had it in a home, but because we're in the camper, we wanted something that was a little bit lighter weight, so we had to go with a softer wood. So the wood on the desk is spruce. It was already pretty much ready to go. We just had to lightly sand everything. And after we got everything sanded with a fine grit, we cut it all to size. We were able to get that completed, and then I cut the hole for the top of the desk so that I could put cords in. After that, we pre-stained it, so we put 3 coats of poly on it just to make it a little bit more durable because it is a soft wood. And it gave that little bit of a shine to it that we kind of like, a little shiny.
So after we got everything stained with a natural stain and polyurethane, it was time to kind of put it together. I had everything worked out to about the 1/8 of an inch because that's just how I work. We went ahead and put the feet that we found on Amazon onto the desk, had the whole thing ready to go. Super excited, carried it in the camper, and it didn't work.
And then we figured out that the slide out was uneven.
Yes.
And it was uneven enough to make us concerned. And we had already set up an inspection because we get our camper inspected annually. After inspection, they told us it was normal, so we brought it back and we were able to level out the feet before we continued construction. So before we brought the desk back into the camper after the inspection, my father-in-law helped me get the electrical work done. So there was all this electrical wiring that was just kind of laying around after we remodeled. And I don't know why Grand Design designed the wiring like this. It was everywhere. But Steph had some really good ideas to have wall-mounted outlets, and they worked out perfectly. We just bought them plain and we spray painted them black to try to match everything. So there was an electrical outlet and a USB port, and we did not want to get rid of the USB port, so we decided that we were going to mount both of those on external outlets, and they worked out really well. I'm really happy with them. And then we were able to start construction on the table portion of the desk. So after we set the table up, and because of the slide out issues, the table legs were actually too long. So Steph had the idea to cut the table legs off an inch, and we put T-nuts on the bottom with elevator bolts, which are just adjustable legs so that we can adjust the table up and down to get that little fraction of an inch to make sure that it's level with the desk.
So the sag and the slide out floor definitely made things a little more difficult for us, but we found out ways to level everything out. Desk was level, table was level, now we just needed to secure it. We actually bought table locks to go on the underside of the table and the desk to attach to each other. It makes it way sturdier. So we got those, and then Mike actually took L brackets and screwed L brackets to the desk and the wall, and that made it way sturdier. And then he decided to make it a little more fun, and I didn't even know he did this at the time, but he found an LED strip that goes on the back of the desk, so we have mood lighting
Party
still.
lights.
If you guys have the Thomas Paine recliners, they actually come with under lighting, so there's these little blue mood lights. Rarely used them, but we like the fact that they were there.
Who doesn't want some party lights in the camper?
So pretty much the final step was attaching the leaf to the table. The table itself is pretty small, but we wanted a way to extend it and make it bigger without it being out in the way all the time. Mike came up with the idea to do a drop leaf table, and I honestly thought it was going to be really difficult. It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty simple, surprisingly.
So now we have a couch, a desk, and a table. Now that we've been talking about this nonstop pretty much, let's show you actually what it all does and how it looks up close. That was a lot of talking.
So we found
we're
this
still
couch.
recording.
Yes,
Sorry.
we're still recording. We found this couch online.
Mike actually found it on Amazon.
I wanted something that had an ottoman, and this ottoman actually has storage in it, which is really nice. So that just pops right up, so we didn't actually lose all that much space, even though we got rid of some of this stuff.
Exactly. And then, if you guys follow us on our social media, thank you for helping me pick out a pattern, and we sewed these pillows up that matched it. So this is the star of the show. Also, sorry it's starting to rain. We were hoping we were going to beat the storm. Apparently we're not. Excuse the raindrops on the camper. This is the desk. Mike actually bought a computer desk chair. We debated on that for a while, but what this is going to be used for mostly is a desk. So we want it to be comfortable and functional for that. Nice computer desk chair. Each side has cabinets, 5 drawers on each side. Kind of shallow, but definitely big enough to fit what we need it to fit. It's a nice L-shaped desk. We talked about the table leaf. They're each 22 inches, so this makes it a 44-inch table. It's really not that functional over here unless Mike wants a really big L-shaped desk. But the cool thing about this, we mentioned that there are table locks here. You unlock these table locks that keep it really sturdy, and suddenly you have a mobile table. And we also put table locks here. All right, lock it in place, becomes very sturdy, and then you can flip up the table leaf, and suddenly you have space to seat 4 friendly, cozy people. And ideally, we can fit 2 chairs on each side where people can sit. We're still undecided about the chair situation. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions, let us know. We have a few. I don't know what we'll pick. But even the leaflet, we were worried about it not being very stable or sturdy. The whole thing's on there pretty good. Now with this moved over, we can also get to the second set of drawers. Again, 5 on this side. I have filled this side with things that we use less often. So it's going to be blocked mostly by the table, but as you saw, the table is very easy to move. The only other thing we didn't really mention about the table desk area is we were both worried about this bouncing while we were driving. So we've installed little eye hooks down here, hook and eyes. It'll keep it in place while we're driving.
So far we're really happy with the remodel, and I just wanted to say, if we can do this, seriously, anybody can do this. We did a lot of research online, a lot of YouTube. I think Steph got on Pinterest and Facebook, and she said that she got a hold of some of the people in our social media groups as well.
As we both have said multiple times, we're not carpenters, we're not interior designers. Reach out to the resources that you have, because that has been so helpful with everything in this camper, and especially this remodel.
So thanks for hanging in there and watching all of this. I'm sure you guys watched the entire thing, right? Thanks for tagging along and seeing exactly how we did this. We love sharing stuff like this.
So hopefully this helps you guys. If you have any more questions about what we did, critiquing for maybe how we should have done it, ideas that you guys have used, absolutely let us know. Drop a comment below. If you like the video, like it. If you want to see more of our adventures, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.